Before I became a barrister, I worked in the city as an equity analyst. I've always had an affinity for numbers, and so when I came to the bar, dealing with fraud cases came naturally to me. I have a vast wealth of experience in defending almost every type of fraud case. Prosecutions brought by Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs, the Crown Prosecution Service, the Department of Trade and Industry, and the Serious Fraud Office. My background is that I started off prosecuting fraud cases for Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. I was one of few barristers who were on the Attorney General's A list of prosecuting fraud barristers. I learned every trick in the book prosecuting. I now almost exclusively defend. As gamekeeper turned poacher, I'm able to use all that I learned in my years of prosecuting to make sure that you get the not guilty verdict that you desire. I'm often instructed from a very early stage in proceedings on fraud cases, often pre-charge. It's vitally important that the client gets the right advice from the get-go. I can advise on a multitude of things at the beginning of a case, the legality of searches, the seizure of material, and other things that are vital. Obviously, the best way to get a result is not to get to court in the first place, and I can advise on how to make that happen. There are a multitude of skills that a barrister dealing with serious fraud cases needs to have. Firstly, and most importantly, is experience. And I have a vast wealth of experience in defending and prosecuting all sorts of fraud cases. Secondly, it's important that the barrister has a natural affinity to numbers. My background in the city, my experience in fraud cases, means that fraud has become almost second nature to me. Fraud cases often involve a huge amount of material, tens or even hundreds of thousands of pages of documents. Attention to detail and a high work ethic is absolutely vital. Your lawyer, your legal representative, needs to know your papers inside out, no matter the volume of them. I deal with almost every type of financial crime, from money laundering through to Ponzi frauds, VAT frauds, and cases of fraudulent trading. I'm used to representing professional individuals, either financial professionals or employees of financial institutions. I've dealt with some of the largest fraud cases that have ever been brought in this country. Prosecutions by the Serious Fraud Office, through to Ponzi fraudsters. I was involved in the case of a man they called the Essex Bernie Madoff, who was a notorious Ponzi fraudster, through to the customs operation Shepherd, which was a £64 million VAT fraud. I was involved in defending in the UK's largest pharmaceutical fraud brought at Kingston Crown Court over a 9-month period, which yielded a successful result.